welcome to another episode of the NRW Checkpoint. What's going on? My name is WebsterStyle, the man, the voice of fragrance. And as always, I'm joined by my man, Brian Sapph. Brian, how are you today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, man. Can't complain. So we have a not too bad of a slate of games this week. I have a feeling, though, it's going to be, I don't know, interesting as the weeks to come. So let's get right into it. And again, we've talked about the plethora of simulations that we have seen over the past few weeks, particularly on the PC, but this is one that is now coming to the current gen consoles, which is really weird to say. It was released on the last gen consoles on PC in 2020, and then Xbox One and PS4 last year. But this is SnowRunner, where basically you are driving tractor trailers and hauling materials in the snow frozen tundra. So, you know, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Me personally, not really my thing, but it sounds fun and interesting. Just a long haul truck driving, you know, you don't need to get your CDL. You can just, you know, download it from your respective app store and mosey on along with your load from point A to point B.
That's cool. I mean, who doesn't like to drive?
Right. That's true. That's true. There are a couple. I remember the old Sega game was 18-wheel truckers or something like that. You know, back in that Crazy Taxi Day game days, they had a driving simulation for everything. So I remember that they were the kings of the arcade. That's probably the last. No, there's a game, Crazy Chucking. I don't know. It's weird. You don't actually drive the trucks. You kind of jump from truck to truck, which is not this game of SnowRunner. SnowRunner is just a straight simulation. And again, it is on last gen console. It's on PC, but now it's being released for the current gen consoles, which is the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X. Next game we have is a very interesting looking adventure game called Silt. It's on the PlayStation family of systems, the Xbox family of systems, the Switch, and the PC. We're actually watching the trailer for that. And I'm wondering, I didn't do my research on it, but it looks like in the same vein as Limbo, and I forget the other game, kind of the sort of black and white sort of motif in a dark world sort of thing. I'm not sure if it's the same developers, but it's in that looks like the similar art style as the game Limbo, and I forget the other game that company did as well. But it looks interesting. We watching the trailer for that. You ever played? I guess I say Limbo because it's that sort of art style, that sort of black on white sort of art style where you are. Okay, yeah. I think I played through it once or twice. It was interesting. Just never really fell in love with it.
Okay. So we have the trailer for that though, right?
Yeah, we are watching the trailer for that. Next up, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it sounds like another game, but yeah, when we watch the trailer, it maybe come to me.
Right. All right. Next up, we have another simulation, but this one may be more in speed with probably you and I sensibilities, and that's Card Shark for the Switch and PC. I don't know about you. I'll play some poker, I'll play some spades, I'll play some blackjack. So if it has either or all of those games in this, I am good to go. It's probably a poker simulator though. Sounds something like that. I don't know. Could be. But, you know, Card Sharks, you're playing cards.
Yeah.
What's not to like about that one?
Right. I mean, nice way to pass the time. Definitely love spades. You know, Tunk is also another favorite of mine.
And that's one I haven't played in years.
It's still good. It's still a fun game.
I don't doubt it. Just when we're at the cookout, nobody plays Tonk. It's always spades. It's like the only game we play. Never ever Tonk. But that's Card Shark. Next up is a franchise that we all know, and Diablo. I wouldn't say know and love, but we all know. And this is Diablo Immortal, and this is the mobile game that they're bringing out, and they're bringing it out on PC later, so it's going to be cross-platform with iOS and Android as well as PC. I believe the PC versions come out later on this year from what I was reading. And it's Diablo. It's from my understanding, it's a more of a stripped down version of the Diablo, and also it's mobile. So microtransactions.
There you go.
Oh,
Cash.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what that's all about.
Yeah. They have a large fan base though, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it was a smart move for them. A lot of mobile games or a lot of console games going mobile in the past like month or so. That's interesting.
That is very interesting. Well,
hopefully they don't tax too much.
Nintendo tried and failed with that, so I would have liked to have thought that others would have shied away from that, but it seems like the RPG genre in general does very well on mobile.
It's interesting because I mean, you're on your phone all day, but most people, they're scrolling social media, not necessarily playing games, but
right.
We'll see.
Yeah, we talked about what Ni no Kuni last week, and let me tell you, I've seen advertisements for that pretty much every other ad on YouTube I've seen since we did last week's show is Ni no Kuni. I'm like, goodness gracious. I don't want to say
that's because your phone was listening. Your phone was listening to us.
Yes, it was. So, but that's just talking about that the RPGs in the mobile space and how they become really big business and a really good way for people to get into gaming as well.
Yeah, it is. I agree with that.
All right, the next one is one when I saw it, I'm like, what is this? And I did some research. I'm like, oh, this is something I would like to play. And it's Gigapocalypse. Okay. So think of Rampage with a little bit of Tamagotchi.
Okay.
With sort of a Castle Crashers art style.
Okay. So it could be interesting.
Yeah. So it's arcade. You also you build your monsters. Yeah, you build your monsters, you raise them, you train them, and then you go out and destroy the world. And we actually watching trailers for that one. That one looked pretty cool. I will not complain about that one. Like, that looks fun. And Rampage is one of my favorite arcade games of all time.
I used to love Rampage.
I cannot when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is a worthy sort of successor to that sort of genre of game.
Okay.
Especially with this art style too. Yeah, we're looking at that trailer as well.
All right. Yeah.
Next up is an action game that called Souldiers. And this is on PlayStation Family Systems 4 and 5, Xbox One, SX, Switch, and PC. Looks like a pretty cool action game. Not too much really, in my opinion, to really talk about. Just doing a research that I did, but it looked pretty fun. Check it out if you want to. Fortunately, not watching the trailer for that one, but we are watching the trailer for our next entry for this week, and that is Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy, and this is coming out on Xbox One, S and X, PS4 and 5, and PC. And this is an action title, and we're going to look at this trailer, which is interesting because there's so many games out there, and then sequels come out, and like, I've never heard of the first one, let alone, this is 2.
So, Did you play the first one?
No, I never heard of it till I was doing research for the show, man. Like, okay. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to highlight it as far as a trailer, because it's a little bit different. And it's one of those games where I don't think many people have heard of it. So that's that. So let's jump into the trailers. First off, we're going to start off with Silt.
See what Silt is talking about. Stuck underwater.
Okay, is he controlling?
Yeah. Almost like he shot his consciousness over there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. That ain't good. Yeah, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And different.
Definitely.
A lot of the backgrounds look hand drawn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that looks good too.
So you got the puzzle elements there.
Right.
So it's very much a puzzle-esque game.
Right. and it looks like I wonder what the story is behind it. Because how is he able to like project himself like that into these fish?
I mean, he looks like he's in another fish.
Oh, he's swimming out.
Wow.
Interesting. This is different.
Yeah, it is.
And what's that? Is that a level up or something? What is that?
This looks like a deep sea angler. Or a hatchet fish with his lure.
He just followed it. Like, I guess that's the way home. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's the smartest thing to do, man.
So I'm following him now. What is up?
A couple of things following. It's like it's dinner time.
I wonder if he could use those though.
I was thinking something similar actually. They gained on them, then a 3.
Yeah, they don't seem.
Oh, okay. That you know that doesn't mean it's good then.
Right.
That means there's no something up.
Oh, that might be attached to a bigger fish.
Oh, I'm sure it is. There we go.
Okay, so how are we gonna beat this one? Can't go that way. Okay.
Somebody has a death wish.
You're right. I mean, if you don't drown, you're gonna get eaten.
All right, exactly. So yeah, Silt looks, again, we talk about these different types of gameplay, these new innovative styles. I'm glad it's not the pixel art sort of roguelite, that we've been seeing. But that one looks really, really interesting and unique, and I like that.
Yeah. I wonder what's retail looking like. I'm assuming because that's going to Steam. I seen that, and
it's on everything. I think
all the consoles.
Yeah, it's on everything.
Okay.
I would assume that's $20 to $25.
Yeah.
That's what I would assume.
I'll look into it. Looks interesting.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Next up, we have Gigapocalypse.
Gigapocalypse.
We can destroy it. I love the art style.
Taking me back to a simpler time.
Yeah, raise them and train them. Oh, that's different.
This is something real cool and simple. More explosive.
Yeah, so it came out on PC last year. It is interesting. There are certain, not saying game developers don't have fun making their games,
right?
But there's some games you can just tell they had a blast, and this looks like one of those games that the developers had a blast making.
I could agree because the art style is not too like in depth and everything. Like it's really simple. The mechanics look simple. You literally walking from one side of the screen to the next, just destroying stuff.
Right, exactly. And what's not to love about just destroying stuff?
You need to, you know,
exactly.
Instead of destroying people, destroy stuff in video games.
Right, exactly. So last but not least, we have that unexpected sequel, Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy. I like this top down view. This is such a pretty game.
Yeah.
I love the art style.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a randomly generated open world RPG. It's kind of isometric, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really
man.
good.
Oh man. I don't know why I get old school Legend of Zelda vibes from this.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
This is really beautiful though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The Wayfarer's Legacy.
Yeah, that's impressive. I am pleasantly surprised. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
It makes me want to see when the original game came out and at least do some watch some playthroughs of it, because that looks really impressive. Looks like a really cool game to play.
Yeah, it does. I wonder if it's like is there a linear story, or is this going to be telling like a new story? Like, is it going to be a continuation from one? Or
that's a good question. That's a very good question. It looks very Western RPG, so maybe it's going to be a continuation. Don't know. But it looks really cool though. I'm going to check that one out. Definitely.
Yeah. See what it's talking about.
You know, as soon as I get myself away from Pac-Man Museum Plus.
Yeah, take you some time away.
That game is fun. Let me tell you,
it is.
That is really fun. So, Brian, what you playing this week, man?
The game we talked about last week, the roller champions.
Okay.
Yes. Started that. I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay,
it's a little buggy.
Yeah.
Not very customization options or whatever, but I understand it's a new game. They're going free to play straight out of the gate, you know. So I'm enjoying it so far. I think I did like my first 3 matches actually before we started this, and I don't know, I'm building my fan base up, so I'm still trying to understand like how that plays a role into it. I think the game was like, the more fans you have, the more difficult the arena and the more points you can win if you win the game, whatever. But it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I didn't get that far. I got through the tutorial. I think I played a sort of quick match or 2.
Yes,
I definitely see it growing as far as the appeal, and I did notice the bugs as well on the game. But I thought it was different enough. I thought it was a little, maybe slow is not the best word, but it was a little slow going. And even though you're going super duper fast, you still didn't feel like you were going super duper fast to me.
Right.
So it took me out of the game to a degree, but I definitely see potential. It's just a matter of if it gets traction, because Ubisoft will shut down servers in a heartbeat if the game ain't performing. So I think this is one of those ones where it really has to find its niche, and it's something different, which I really like. Yeah, especially in the console space. These free-to-play games usually, a lot of the free-to-play games are, you got your Destinies, you got your
Apex.
They're shooters, or they're
party games.
What was the game?
Fall Guys and stuff like that.
Anthem. Didn't Anthem go free to play? Yeah. They're those sort of heavy games like that, or you got Fall Guys coming in, they're party games. This is something that you don't have too many sports titles, and I say sports titles like this, that are really free to play. So I think they have a really unique opportunity to really branch out. I just hope that Ubisoft does some better promotion of the game.
Yeah.
Because this is something they should put some money behind. I think they could get some real traction on this game, especially with the summertime. It would be really cool especially since COVID is gone.
So they say.
and we outside, doing sort of promotional events where people get to play the game, have people actually mock playing the game on a quarter.
Right.
Those would be things that would be really cool to get people interested. So, all right, cool. Yeah, I've been playing that, and then Pac-Man Museum Plus.
Okay,
I've gotten
I still need to.
I haven't gone back to Trek to Yumi yet. I'm still stuck at that boss, and I got busy this week, and then Pac-Man came out. I was like, okay, let me check this out because I'm gonna do a review on that one, I think. But it's fun and it's Pac-Man, so yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that's where I'm pretty much at right now because I seen on the information for like once you start getting into the game, whatever they tell you, you have to play 10 quick play matches or whatever to unlock the ranked section of it.
Right.
So I want to see what the competitive nature is in like rank because I'm already playing with people. They whole characters decked out. I'm like, the game ain't been out for a couple of days. Like, how do you have these? But microtransactions, they're spending the money.
Right. And some people have a lot more time on their hands than we do.
That's true. That is true.
A whole lot more
true. That is true. I just think about it though, because I see where Knockout City has gone. Like that also had like a slow build up to it. Like when it first came out, the only reason I had access to it was because they let you get it on PlayStation Plus for like a month or so.
Yeah, same with Xbox. Even the
full version.
Yeah, game on Game Pass. Yeah, that's how I got to play it as well.
Yeah, so now the full version is free to play, and they've been reaching out to streamers and stuff like that. Like I have a streamer friend, he's a partner with them. So plenty of promotion and content creation is going on there. It's gonna continue to take off. So I'm expecting this roller champions game to do the same because it's pretty fun. Like I was not like blown away, like, oh my God, I want to play this every day. But I definitely see the appeal behind it.
Exactly.
It was fun, learning the mechanics. I think the only thing that's probably going to be a little shaky with that game is the way that you build up your like point values. Because if you go around the track like 3 times with the ball or whatever, and you shoot it, it's an instant like you win the game, 5 points, and you're out the door.
Right.
So,
but it's not that easy though. So to do that.
Yeah, because those players, you can knock people over and do all kind of extra moves to steal the ball. So it's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, it has potential. Definitely. I just hope that Ubisoft is able to really cultivate a player base, but also just like you talked about as far as EA, I hope they're doing what they need to do to promote the game, because this is with good promotion and getting people to stream it and getting people to just play it in general. I think that they could really have a good, profitable title in their hands. It may not be a blockbuster title, but if it's something that's, generating income for them and people are playing and people are talking about it, I wouldn't say that it's easy to do, but it's something that they have the power to do considering the reputation that they have.
Absolutely. And I think that would be a good one to just have them around, because it's definitely fun enough to just play casually. Like,
exactly.
You don't want to be trying to figure out how to beat this boss in Elden Rings, and you're not, if you get tired of Apex or whatever, that's definitely like a fun one to just load up with your friends.
Exactly. So Brian, what else is going on with you this week?
The podcast will be coming sometime in the next, I don't know, day or two. I still haven't decided when I'm gonna release it, but that, and then here NRW Checkpoint.
Got you. Yeah. Same with me. I'm in flux for 112. There are a whole lot of trailers that came out this week. It might be a whole show of short takes by the time it's said and done. Short takes, Star Trek, and fragrance.
Yeah, I'm like, there's not much happening in the game world. There's some interesting developments taking place, but most of the content, as far as like what we're interested in, has been these like trailers and Marvel revving up, DC looking like they might have some more promise on their hands with their content.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But all right, so yeah, Brian, where can everybody find you? What's your links?
Brian Sapph, Instagram, Twitter. TikTok is fleeting for me, but I'll pop in if I need to. I don't know, it's too much to keep up with. I'm not like a super social media guy or whatever.
Just repost the same content everywhere. That's all I do.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, that's where you can find me if you're interested in looking. And on the podcast, I said that though.
Yes, cool. greatness. Of course, this is WebsterStyle, the man and voice of fragrance. You can find me on Instagram at WebsterStyle, on Twitter at WebsterStyle, on Instagram at Sartorian Geek, on TikTok at _WebsterStyle. Of course, anything and everything that is WebsterStyle is at WebsterStyle.com, as you see on your screen right here. And of course, you are with the Nerds Rule the World. Check us out on Instagram at New Release Wednesday. Check us out on Twitter at the NLW. And of course, you're watching us here on YouTube. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Please and thank you.